All right. The wait is over.
It's
The
here.
arrival is here. The long awaited Marco Luciano is here. It's July 26th, 2023. And no, the biggest news in the Bay Area is not the opening of San Francisco 49ers camp. It is the long awaited arrival of Marco Luciano. That song titled The Wait is Over by Lee Green and Brian Whiting, or it might be Whiting. Give a shout out to those guys for that song. And Eric, what do you know?
How about that?
Marco Luciano. We've been on this show for weeks touting him that they got to do something.
They got to do something.
They got to pull their head out of their you-know-what and get something going in this lineup.
Absolutely.
The lineup has been struggling. 7 runs in their last 11 games, or 11 runs in 7 games.
Something like that.
They have that. Yeah, it has been abysmal.
And the lineup has been very dire. Starting pitching, has been okay, but the lineup has been pretty anemic.
Yeah. So the young shortstop from the Dominican Republic, I believe he resides from a town called San Francisco as well in the Dominican. It's got San Francisco in the title, but Marco's here, drafted as a 16-year-old kid in 2018, along with Luis Matos. They both arrive maybe a year or two ahead of what was projected originally. And, I said last year at this point, the Giants were struggling last year in 22 after the All-Star break. And I was talking about the young kids. I said Marco Luciano. I kind of guaranteed it. I said he will be the starting opening day shortstop in 2024 next year.
I remember you saying that, yep.
And now he's here. So it's an exciting times for the Giants in the sense that they're bringing up these young prospects.
They kind of have to.
Yeah, they have to. And let's, interestingly, I want to go to an article that was put up by Andrew Baggerly here this morning in The Athletic. Just a little clip here. He said, starting off, this is a part where I tell you, he last night he says, I had a column that was 95% written about why the Giants should call up Luciano. That's because just as I was about to file it, Alex Pavlovic of NBC Sports broke the news that the Giants intend to follow my counsel. All right. So you didn't get it out in time, though, Bags. I got to show you something here. Bags said they're following his counsel, and he was writing that last night on the 25th. And let me show you what I had put up here 2 days ago on Twitter.
No,
July 23rd.
3 days ago.
3 days ago, yes. I honestly cannot stomach to watch DeSclafani pitch knowing he's going to get bombed. This was after frustration of watching DeSclafani again. Why would you continue to put him out there when you're fighting for a playoff spot? He truly is batting practice. I fully expect to see Luciano on Tuesday when they face Oakland. VR has to go. There you have it. I pretty much got that one. You miss some and you get some. I just felt, Eric, that Luciano, I missed it by a day.
Yeah.
I really felt Luciano was, they needed to bring him up, Tuesday night, coming off a road trip where all 3 middle infielders, and then if you put in, you can count VR as a middle infielder. He played second base, him and Wisely and Schmidt. I don't even think the 3 of them, I believe all 3 of them hit under 100 for the road trip.
Correct. Yeah.
It has been just awful. And then they come home last night to a
And flat
sellout
again.
crowd, a wonderful crowd last night, 40+ thousand, and they come up with 4 hits against a 74 loss team, now 75, because the Giants barely squeaked by
Barely. Yep.
because of the A's mistakes. 4 hits on the night. Luciano had 3 hits last night that were 108 miles an hour or better. Hit the ball 3. He had 2 hits in the game, 1 a home run that went over 110 miles per hour, a rocket to deep left center thing. I don't know what the estimated travel was, but we looked at
it. Was way out there. Yeah.
Yeah. In fact,
it might have cleared that scoreboard.
Yeah, we might actually be able to pull that up right here. Let's see if we've got that. Yes, we do have that, don't we? No, that was on. No, that I pulled that off of Twitter last night. Yeah. That's right. Thought I added that into the video stream here, but we'll see if we can pull that up here. But what's your thoughts?
Oh, this is something that needed to happen for the simple fact that the Giants they need someone in the middle of that lineup to be able to do some damage. Because right now JD Davis has fallen off. Schmidt's having some better at bats, but he's still getting a lot of outs.
Yeah, he's starting to see the ball a little bit better to right field instead of trying to pull everything.
Exactly. BR and Wisely, they're kind of. I think they could do better, and I think bringing up Luciano is something that needed to happen. Maybe infuse a little bit more energy into the lineup because they did that in the beginning or towards the beginning of the season when they brought up Schmidt when he first came up. He really lit it up, and of course Bailey has been doing fantastic since he's been up here as well. Yeah, they need him. And I thought maybe, when they brought him up to AAA, I was like, okay, I think that might be some trade bait. And it still may be, who knows? But right at this point in time, the Giants need his bat in a desperate way.
I hope they're not looking to trade him. I hope they just bring up all these young guys and just keep going with them. Let them grow together.
Here's the question. Where do you think they bat him in this lineup?
Yeah, it's a great question. I was just going to ask you the same thing. We're thinking alike. I would bat him anywhere between 2nd and 5th, whether he bats 2nd and put Matos at the top of the order at 1, or do you go Matos 2 and Luciano 3? He's got your best power. I mean, I wouldn't bat him any lower than 5th. I know sometimes they want to not put a lot of pressure on rookies and they want to bat him down lower in the lineup.
Yeah, I don't want to see him down in 7, 8, or 9.
He's not used to that.
No,
that's not his. I mean, they've been batting him 2nd or 3rd at AAA.
This goes to what they did with Matos. When he was batting lower in the lineup, he was still doing okay. But I think it's a different Matos when you have him up there in either the 1st or the 2nd position in the lineup.
Yeah, exactly. Last night, the lineup for the Sacramento River Cats was Bryce Johnson leading off, and then they had Luis Gonzalez, who's back on a rehab assignment for the Giants, and they had him batting 2nd, and then Luciano was batted 3rd.
Well, there you go.
And then
plug him into 3.
And then the young kid that may be one of the next guys to come up, Tyler Fitzgerald, who's not on the 40, but they can create a 40 roster spot in several ways. There's ways you can make trades.
Now he may be trade bait. That's possible.
There's a possibility, yeah. But I mean, you look at the Sacramento River Cats and you look at their lineup last night: Bryce Johnson, Luis Gonzalez, Marco Luciano, Tyler Fitzgerald, Joey Bart, Elliot Ramos, who I'm calling up. He should be called up here. Guy's been hot. He's batting .291 with an .883 OPS. He belongs up. I mean, your first 6 guys, you could say probably as good or better than the Giants lineup they've been throwing out there the last few days.
Good point. And you know what? Here's one thing I don't want them to do. Don't platoon Luciano, please.
No.
Just play him. Just play him. He's our future. Play him.
Yeah,
and don't do these platoon crap. I just don't want to see it. Just play the guy.
Yeah, just play him. So tonight will be very interesting. I hope they have a big crowd again. Last night got very exciting in the 5th inning. In the top of the 5th, Alex Cobb was on the mound, and I don't know if it was all 40,000. It sure sounded like the majority of the 40,000 started chanting, "Sell the team, sell the team," wanting to get the A's owner to sell the team. And, that sends a big message to baseball.
Yeah,
Major League Baseball should be, the Bay Area should have 2 teams, and they should get a new stadium. It would be nice to actually see Oakland with a state-of-the-art stadium and have 2 thriving teams in the Bay Area. It'd be a shame to see the A's head out to Las Vegas, but
it would be nice to see a big crowd today for Luciano. That would be really nice. This has been long awaited. We've been talking about Luciano for quite a while. Ever since even when he got drafted, there was high expectations of this guy. And honestly, this is probably the biggest wait we've been waiting for, maybe since Tim Lincecum, as far as the hype is concerned.
Yeah, Lincecum,
Buster Posey when he came up,
07, 08, Timmy came up in somewhere in there.
Somewhere around there. Yeah, I think it was 07, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
But Posey, he didn't have the hype like Luciano has, and kind of like
it was a quick thing with Buster.
He
got drafted, and then within a year he made a curtain.
He made a statement with his play
in
as soon as he got called up. Yeah,
and then he came up again in 2010 for good. This has been Giants fans are starving for homegrown talent. And we look at the talent on the roster that is homegrown right now, just up with the big club. We've got Luis Matos out there. Now you have Luciano, your 2 guys that were drafted in 2018 in the international draft, highly coveted, highly touted. They're both up. You have other rookies in Casey Schmidt, Farhan's real first position player. To make it. Then Patrick Bailey follows him. You got 4 guys right there. Plus you have some other guys like, Blake Sable wasn't in the Giants organization, but that's this
is his first major league year. Yeah.
Yeah. A rookie to be reckoned with. Giants have had a lot of rookies this year.
And the pitchers, Keaton Wynn, Tristan Beck.
Yeah. Wynn.
Tyler Walker.
Yes.
Ryan Walker.
Yeah. You've also had some of the other guys that rookies make appearances, like Brett Wisely,
Bryce Johnson.
VR. I don't know if I guess technically, I'm not sure if he got enough at bats last year. He might have to not be a rookie, but he's been practically a rookie. And we mentioned he struggled, but I still have hope in David VR that he's got. Some people say I was kind of hard on him. No, I'm not. I don't want to be hard on the kid. He's doing the best he can. He just was in a funk and struggling, and he just needs to go down, get his mechanics right, get his confidence back. David VR has proven that he can hit big league pitching with power, as he did last year. He hit 10 home runs. He was minor league player of the year in AA and AAA. So I wouldn't give up on David VR. I just don't think it's right timing right now. And I believe he some point puts it together.
Well, I tell you what, he's going to have some more competition because today is Marco Luciano Day. So
yes,
he's probably going to, it's highly probable, there's no guarantees on what these prospects can do, but it's potentially, he's going to be beating out the jobs for people who are currently on the roster.
Right. A lot of times these guys come up, Eric, and they get smoking hot. The leagues hasn't been able to figure them out. They haven't, adjusted to them. And sometimes you can get 2 to 3 weeks really good hot play, like they did out of Casey Schmidt and Bailey, and Matos came up pretty hot for a little bit. And just a spark, a much needed spark. Get that spark going, and then Crawford probably comes back Friday. At that point, like you said, let's not platoon the kid. Let's keep him up here. And,
if he's not at short, put him at third.
Yeah, do something. Davis has been struggling.
Davis can go to the bench for now. Maybe he can work on
for a game or two or whatever. Yeah, but let's just see how they go. I don't know what they're going to do if how they'll handle that. I hope he's not just up for a day or two and then they send him back down.
Yeah.
That would be,
that would be reminiscent of what they did to Ramos last year.
Ramos last year brought him up against Florida or Miami for 2 games or so, 2-3 games in San Diego, then sent him back down. And he's only had 46 major league at bats. The guy's, coming off of an injury in the minors with an oblique, comes out, wins minor league player of the week a couple weeks ago, hit a bullet the other night that must have gone about 110 right. It was a laser shot. It didn't get that high. It was just a, scorching line drive, got out in a hurry. That was really, really nice to see. So, but yeah, tonight
let's see what happens.
Fun night. And, it's going to be fun.
It is. Hope for the best. I hope he has a long major league career with the San Francisco Giants. So we'll see what happens.
All right, everybody. So catch us out here. Subscribe, like, and subscribe to the NorCal Sports Network, where we put out Giants content daily. We'll be back later tonight after the Giants-A's game to talk about the Giants and Marco Luciano's debut.
And don't forget to leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think about Marco Luciano getting called up. State of the Giants, whatever you want to put in there. Put your comment in the comments, and make sure you like and subscribe.
Yeah, very good. Again, we'll be back tonight, probably sometime around 9:30 after the ball game, depending on how long the game goes, on the NorCal Sports Network. We'll see you guys later tonight.